Continue to eat, no big deal. If you want to go up, there's still some food up there. Just a little kind of a reminder of the flow for the evening. We'll start first with our freshman coaches, Coach Camille Chivalewski and Sam Mensa. They'll kind of talk on an overview of the freshman season. Obviously highlight the individual players that made up the freshman roster, and then we'll do some individual awards. We'll transition to the sophomore level, same deal, talk about the year, individual players, have some awards, and then we'll have the varsity program, kind of the same flow. We like to cap the evening with our varsity captains kind of giving their own speeches and their take on their experience over the past 4 years. So tonight we have Chase Kaplan and Matt Safoni. We'll have the honor of giving those speeches. They'll be right up here, front and center, ready to rock. Yeah. So anyway, that's kind of the flow. We want to have hopefully a nice hard stop at 8 o'clock for that 8:25 tip. So anyway, with that being said, I'm going to turn the floor over to Coach Chivalewski and Coach Mensa. Let's give them a round of applause.
Good evening. How's everybody doing? All right, good to see everybody. Coach Mensa, I'm Coach Camille. We were here last year, but some of the new freshman parents haven't had a chance to see us speak, but we want to welcome you all, and we'll get right to it. So we started off green and gold game. We chose the biggest team we've ever taken. This is my 5th year here. We decided to take 24 boys and 2 managers, which was 26 guys, and it was a great squad. Green and gold game. I remember our first guys were a little bit nervous, and we sent them upstairs, and we're like, "Hey, we got to do some sprints." And they're like, "Coach, this is the biggest game of our freshman career." Like, well, we got bigger goals than this, guys. We're like, all right, Coach, we got you. So quickly started after that. We had a great team last year that had 2 wins that beat Ignatius and Fenwick, which we had never been beaten before. These guys decided to say, hey, we're going to double that. All right, so we started off with DePaul, which we had lost to the last 4 years, and we were up the whole game, and I'm looking at Sam, and I'm like, I think this is going to happen. What ended up happening is DePaul came back to tie the game, and we ended up going into overtime. And in overtime, with the dramatic finish, we were down in the game by 2. Gerber grabbed the rebound on the free throw. DePaul was shooting a free throw. He grabbed the ball, launched it to Drew. Drew threw up a half-court shot, Hail Mary. We ended up winning the game. So that was the start of the year. They're like, Coach, we got more than that. After DePaul, we took down Maine South, which we'd never beaten, Mount Carmel, Notre Dame, and Loyola came to our house. And the funny story about Loyola is we literally played the best game. If any of you were at that game, it was the best game I've ever seen, the best performance out of each single player. I think we blew them out by 40. And I was close friends with, and usually we lose by 20 to Loyola. And I was close friends with one of the coaches at Loyola. The next day, he's like, hey man, we overheard that you brought down some guys from the sophomore team. And we're like, no, the sophomore team guys were behind us cheering for us. So you heard wrong. We beat you with our freshman team by 40. So, great performance from the A team. We got to the championship of the Christmas tournament. We faced Kenwood. We lost to Kenwood. They were a powerhouse. They ended up winning the CPS championship this year. February 1st, another monumental game that marked the 1-year anniversary of when Jones beat us in playoffs the previous year. Literally February 1st, 1 year prior. And we were down by 2 at the end of the game. We got a beautiful inbounds play to Ethan. He decided, I'm not going to tie it. I'm going to shoot a 3 and win the game and just go home. So. great season, a 20-win season for the A team, a Final Four appearance. We ended up losing to Whitney by 1 point, but great job overall, A team. Appreciate it. As for the B team, I think they had more comebacks than Caleb Williams. If you count them out, they had some monumental wins against Hyde Park, which we've never beaten before, and that was our B team. At the start of the season, we usually have a tough time convincing guys to play on the B team, but what they don't know is their schedule is actually just as hard as the A team, if not harder, right? Because they end up playing all A teams aside from a handful of Catholic League teams, which we play, but the rest of that is A teams, right? So their schedule is very tough with not as much manpower, so they don't realize that, you know, their challenge is bigger even than the A team. They ended up beating Hyde Park. They ended up beating St. Pat's. That was a first-time victory for us. And in terms of comebacks, De La Salle, we were down by 11 with 3 minutes left. Ended up coming back to win. Against UIC the following game, down by 8 with 2 minutes left. They decided, oh, time to wake up. Let's get this win. With Taft as well, down by 6 with a minute left, and took that win home. And who could forget Prosser when you guys were down 18-2, and we literally thought it was over, but they're like, nah, coach, we got it. We're used to coming back. And finally, Fenwick, when we played over there, Fenwick was having a phenomenal game. I think they were up 16-18 in the third quarter. They were all very loose, having a good time. They decided, I don't know, I've actually never seen this before. They decided this third quarter, towards the end of it, they decided to throw up a half-court shot just for fun. And our boys took it personal, took it to heart, and they're like, no, not on our watch, man. We're coming back here. They ended up coming back, bringing it to overtime. We couldn't eke out the win, but it was, if you get a chance to watch that game, that was something definitely worth seeing. I remember also in that game when one of the boys was coming in, I think Rocco was coming in. I'm like, hey Rocco, you like a challenge? When we were down, and he's like, Coach, that's not a lead up there. It's a trap. We're gonna trap him. All right, Rocco, got you. So overall, great year. I'm a stats guy. We played 51 games, 55 practices, over 16 weeks. CPS extended our season, and we were playing longer than half the schools out there, which was good for us. But you know, we got a chance to be together. So they're a great group of guys. We've never gotten this before. One of the boys decided that he's going to get the team, the biggest team we've ever had, freshman team, and he's going to give us a card with all the boys to sign. And we knew the parents were not a part of this because the card that he gave us was probably this big. And he had 26 boys sign a card on that little card, and I'm like, I know this came from your heart, Elijah. I appreciate that. So thank you. With that said, thank you all for all your support. Thank you for coming out here tonight. Thank you for supporting us for all those 6 a.m. practices. It's been a wonderful season, and thank you guys for being committed to the program. Thank you. We're going to go over here and we're going to read off the team, and then once we're done that, if parents want to come up and snap a quick picture, this will be your one opportunity. So we'll be over here.
Let's get down to business. So first, we got number 1, Mr. Caleb Schaefer. He is not here with us today, but he's here with us in heart, Mr. Corbin Blue, Preston Brown. He is also not here with us today, but he's here with us as well, Mr. Osman Ismail. Next, we got number 11, Mr. Hot Rod, Rodney. Next, we got number 13, Mr. H. Walk, Perry Walker. Number 15, Benjamin Vanderbilt. Next, we have number 21, Johnny Walker, also known as JT. Next, we have number 23, Alex Arnold Roos. Next, we have number 25, Gerber, aka Owen Gilbert. He is not here with us, but we have number 31, Alexander McKenna. Next, we have number 42, Riley Gadziak. He is not here with us either today, but we have Emmett Morris Williams. Next, we have number 2, who is not here with us today, underrated Malcolm Danzy. All right, next we have number 4, Ryan McDowell. Next, we have number 10, Rocco Mikey. He is not here to join us today, but we have number 12, William Stratton. We also have number 14, who is not here with us, JC John Curtis. Next, we have number 20, Ethan Frampton. Next, we have number 22, Drew Ballman. Next, we have number 24, Elijah Hermie Metla. Next, we have number 30, Baby Chet, Owen Rich. Next, we have number 32, Daniel Cahill. We have number 57, John Messina, aka JJ. And last but not least, we have our manager, Roy Morello. Parents, if you would like to come up here and take a picture of the team.
Parents, you come over here, just grab a quick picture. I'll move that.
She's sitting like behind the columns.
Thank you so much.
She's behind.
So, really quickly, we are going to now, and we're going to go through our awards. So, first, we have our Freshman B Defensive Player of the Year. So, this young man, every time we needed a spark, defensively when we were down, I always trusted him to take the lead and pressure the ball handler. So I would like to give our Freshman B Defensive Player of the Year to Johnny Walker, JT. Next, we have our most improved player. So this gentleman, he joined the B team during the Christmas tournament. He was originally thought to be a shooting guard, but we kind of forced him to become a point guard. Mr. John Messina, JJ. Next, we have our Coaches Award. So, this young man, me and Coach, every time we see him on the bench, he was either talking to his teammates, even in practice, like when we were trying to bring up a new play, he would already know that what we were trying to lead up to. So, we'd like to give our Freshman B Coach Award to Mr. Ryan McDowell. All right, next we have our first Captain's Award. So he is one of the leaders that I trusted on the floor. If we anytime we needed energy, you always see him with a smile on his face. And he likes making comebacks. Mr. H. Walk, Harry Walker. And last but not least, we have have a player that me and Coach Rick have really enjoyed to coach. This young man showed a lot, right? He doesn't seem like he's very strong, but in the game, he's a killer, man. So I'd like to give our last Captain's Award to Rocco right here.
Alrighty, 10-18. I know people are getting anxious. I'll leave this up a little bit. He's not here, MIA, but Mr. Clark O'Donnell, Defensive Player of the Year. He was a force on the boards, offensively and defensively. Glad to have you. Most Improved Player. This guy went from being a starter to being an all-star. Our Most Improved Player, Mr. Owen Rich. The Coach's Award, somebody we always relied on, always took the game very seriously, a lot of intensity, Mr. Benjamin Vander Beek. As for Captain Award, a leader on the floor, a leader off the floor, very vocal, our brains extended onto the floor, Mr. Ethan Frampton, Captain's Award. Next Captain's Award, a killer on the offense, a threat on the defense, Mr. Drew Bauman. A man who almost averaged a triple-double, averaging 16 points a game. Captain's Award, Mr. Elijah Pudimenta. That is all for the freshman team. Thank you.
Okay, so real quick, before I turn it over to Coach Liberos, one thing I forgot to kind of identify for everybody. The awards that all the players are getting, the freshmen get their graduation numeral, so they have a 2-9. Yes, they're graduating in 2029, which freaks me out. But they got their numerals. The sophomores get a golden L for their junior varsity year, their sophomore year, and then the varsity players get their green L. Obviously, the goal is to put that on a letterman jacket, which hopefully will come back soon, but it is what it is. With that being said, we're going to turn it over to Coach Liberos to talk about our sophomore team. Let's go, Coach.
Hey everyone, hope everyone's having a good night. Before I start on the sophomore guys, I want to say congratulations to the seniors. You guys gave me one of the best sophomore seasons I can remember. That was a hell of a time, so I just want you guys to remember that and recognize that. On to our season, I think we all understand it started off a little rocky, but it took a lot of leadership for these sophomores and for these captains to kind of get the guys together and really kind of make this team their own. They were leading all the younger guys, and they set great examples, and I think in the second half, everything started to click, and I think they understood the game a little easier and a little better. So I'm glad that you guys had that going underway. A lot of exciting games. I think I'm going to miss the practices the most per usual. A lot of competition. lot of these guys goofing off and competing. It was always a battle, so it was always fun to see. It was more of them than me than anything. Parents, thank you again for always showing your support. I know it sucks when you see the varsity crowd leave, and you guys are always the loudest people in the room, so that's always the best part of the games too, especially Ash's mom. We always hear you. We had a lot of good young talent. We had a lot of good freshmen come in, make a lot of noise. We didn't know really what the expectations were, but they kind of blew that all out the water. We have a lot of fun times with this next freshman group and these sophomore groups, but as long as Bash just keeps getting more technical fouls, I think it's going to be a fun rest of his career. But now we'll introduce the team and we'll hand out awards. All right, we'll start with the freshman guys. We have two guys that aren't here. We have Emmett Morris Williams and we have Clark O'Donnell. They're with us in spirit. So our first guy, Ned Chipchak. Ashton Bash Graves. Cash Stashowski. Ashton Powell. William Mays. Henry Hogan. Jacob Rose. Elliot Dressel. Luke Rosenberg. Dominic Sanusi. Nathan Woods. Jacob Alvarez. Nikki Marquise. James Callahan. And Cleo Patel. Parents, if you'd like to take a picture.
Right, take your time.
Hey, short guys, hold the front so we can get a good
Okay, awards. First off, we got 2 for defensive player. One of these guys was able to guard 1 through 5, and he was the most aggressive. At times we had to tell him to chill out and practice so he didn't injure anyone. But that's what made him a weapon out there on the floor. The other guy, he was always on-ball defense, always intensity. He wanted to just get out there and guard the best guy, and he did it a lot of times. So we have Nathan Woods and Ashton Powell. Alright, most improved. Most improved to me. This guy, we really didn't see, where he was gonna go into the lineup, but every day he was asking, what can I do? And the more he asked, the more he did it. He did it in practice, and slowly but surely you can see his minutes just going up. Against Taft, I think he really came out, just did what he had to do. He hit threes, he hit big shots, he played defense, everything that a coach wanted someone to do, he did it. And that goes to Elliot Dressel. Captain's Award, or Coach's Award, sorry. Coach's Award. This guy was never had a doubt his energy or his leadership, especially as a freshman. I think this is a very big deal for someone to lead the charge on the floor and practice in the games. This guy was always the loudest man. I never had to worry about him on the floor. He was always a reflection of a coach, and I think he earned this award. Ned Chipchak. Captain's Award. Again, leadership was a big deal this year. We kind of went at rough times, but I could always count on these guys to help me out without me saying anything. These guys were, again, another reflection, but they were able to get in the team in a way that I couldn't. It was very easy to trust them and to rely on them. I loved having these guys for 2 years, or for some of these guys for 2 years, so it sucks to see them go now. But we got Khalil Patel, Nicky Marquise, and William Vegas. All right, thank you guys.
Okay, moving on, we're going to talk a little bit about our varsity program, but before we do that, a couple things I'd like to say to kind of kick it off. First and foremost, obviously, again, we really want to make sure the captains kind of close the evening, so some thank yous, first of all, to all of our families. It takes a village, right? We're trying to impart some life skills and some values in these young men through basketball. All of our coaches take that responsibility very seriously. We've all been around the game, we've played the game. It's a very big part of our lives. It's helped us become the men that we are. And the fact that we get to do that with the young men in our program every day is really special to us. We don't take it for granted. But obviously that doesn't work unless we have the parents and the families buying into the vision and what we're trying to do as well. So again, first and foremost, I'd like to thank all of you. Give yourselves a round of applause for everything you've done for your boys. And obviously families, keeping that same vein. You know, all of the coaches, we sacrifice a lot of time, and we also have families. You know, a lot of times we're sacrificing times away from our families to be with your families, with your sons who are part of our extended family. I said that word a million times just now, but I just want to make sure the families of the coaches that are here, and the families even obviously not here, want to give them a big round of applause. My wife and kids are here hiding. Coach Chuck's wife and kids, right? We got Coach Silveros is expecting his first child very soon. So. I do feel compelled just to say this. Coach Silveros, last year we had a nice award for him. He's been with the program for 10 years. I've known him since he's in high school, really grammar school. Coach Villanueva here, very close friends. We're going to talk about that in a second. But those two text me all the time, like all the time. And they call me old, and they say I don't get back, and I don't, and they don't understand. You know, sometimes when you, especially with children, you're up late, you're doing your thing. They don't get it. Well, Jeremy is about to understand what all that means. And my kids are getting older, so I'm going to be hitting them with those texts late night to return the favor. But anyway, I digress. With all that being said, talking about our coaches real quick. Truthfully, you know, this is year 21 for me. I don't know if I've been able to sustain doing this for such a long time without the group of men that we have here with us today. We have a very large basketball staff for high school. I mean, it's very rare. You don't see this everywhere. Every one of these guys, the first thing we talk about with the coaches that come into our program, because we try to protect this space, they have to be character men. They have to care about impacting young men's lives. They have to be in it for the right reasons. None of these guys care about the paycheck. Obviously, it's nice to be valued and to get a little check for your time, but they do it for free. They love what they do. I think that they've made a big impression on the young men in our program. But I feel compelled. These guys are my ride or dies. We talk way too much. We have like 15 different text threads talking about the season. We've been working nonstop to prepare this off season. So let's give them a big round of applause. So the first award, with that being said, we started doing this thing, and I know Coach Villanueva and Coach Camille were instrumental in kind of talking about the accolades. Our coaches, we had Coach Barros was with us for 10 years last year. Last year was my 20th year coaching at Lane, so we had a nice little, award. And this year marks Coach Villanueva's 10th year coaching with Lane Tech basketball. So we have a little something for him. Come on up, Coach. Does he want to give a speech? Speech. Let's just at least have him hold it up. There it is. Nice little commemorative. Something for his wall. So just, again, I know I'm on a very hard stop at 8 o'clock, but yes, so Flight Slafoni did a great job. These are all the game day graphics and just things we post on social media. Matt, or Coach Villanueva, that's what he does. I think a lot of the excitement around our program, obviously, we know internally what's happening inside of our walls, but I think our community at large, the city of Chicago, the past few years, we've had a really great run, the past 5 years or so, and it's really been, to Matt's credit, just getting that information out there, getting his resources together and building these graphics and all the things that we're doing. So that's kind of what these walls are. But also, I was literally cleaning out files yesterday because my computer has way too much memory, and I found the 2010-2011 roster with Coach Villanueva on there, which kind of like brings me back, and here he is, full circle, 10 years coaching with us. So it's a big deal, and hopefully all these guys are with us, and we'll celebrate that 10 years soon, but let's give them one more round of applause. Okay, we're going to talk about our season. We'll honor our manager crew, we'll honor our varsity crew, we'll give out our awards, and then we have our captain speeches. And I'm going to be a hard stop at 8. Someone start waving at me if I get too close. I got 12 minutes, okay. All right, so our season, it's as I just alluded to, we've had a couple years in a row here with our program. We've done some really special things. This year we came in and we graduated a lot. We knew that this was going to be a team where we had to figure some things out as we went. We were really split. We had a group of senior leadership. We had 3 juniors kind of in the middle of this mix, and then we had 7 sophomores on varsity, which is an all-time high. We've never had that many sophomores up on varsity. Very rare, very unique situation, and we knew that's what the season was going to kind of look like. It was going to kind of be, hey, how are we going to figure this out? How quickly are we going to be able to come together? And truthfully, I told our parents at the first meeting, I didn't do them any favors because our first 8 games, we played 5 top 25 teams. And again, just truth be told, when I played at Lane way back in the day, that wasn't happening. Not throwing shade at Coach Villanueva, but when he was playing at Lane, that wasn't happening. But the standard has been set, right? The young men have come to this program and helped us build it. We're at a place now where that's the expectation. We're invited to showcase events. We're playing the top teams. We're in the top events. So this team wasn't going to duck any smoke, as the kids say. We threw them right in the fire. 5 games at 8 top 25 teams, and we found out very quickly there's a lot we need to work on. There's a lot we need to do. And these guys, I give them credit, man, they bought in. We have a practice plan every day. They came in, they looked at it, they got to work. I think we had some incredible highs. We had some tough lows. We were able to kind of get it rolling by like January, February, start doing some really special things. Hinsdale Central Tournament's one of the top holiday tournaments. We got to the Constellation Championship there. We had a game winner, J.J. Barnes. It was a great game. Everyone applaud. We ended up going on a nice little run there. We got 7 games in a row. Got into January, February, started playing really well. Ended up getting to the Elite 8 of the city tournament again 2 years in a row, which is a big deal. You guys know the landscape of Chicago basketball. I'm really proud of our guys. We ran into Curie, who is, they were the best team in the city this year, and they showed why. But anyway, at the end of the day, really proud of the group, really proud of what they did. Before I get into talking to managers and individuals, I just want to give a big shout out, truthfully, to our senior class. This was a unique year. I think they handled the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows of the season with class. We always talk about the laneway and what that means. It means representing something that's bigger than you. It means building for eternity. This program, 20, 30 years from now, maybe when their kids are coming through it, hopefully I'm retired, our coaches are off, maybe someone here is running it then. But like, it's not just about this moment, it's about what we're building. It's about making memories for a lifetime. It's about the brothers that you build through this program. You're not going to remember all the wins and losses 20 years from now. You're going to remember those bus rides. You're going to remember those locker rooms. You're going to remember the lows. You're going to remember the highs. And I think that our guys really bought into that this year. We had some pretty in-depth locker room sessions. We were trying to build chemistry. We got vulnerable. We talked about some very real things this year. And it wouldn't have been able to be done if we didn't have a group of seniors that were able to have that level of maturity. So again, I just really want to thank you guys. Tip my cap, man. All love. I appreciate you guys. All right. So with that said, I know we're running out of time. Let's give it up first for, we're going to name all of our managers here. We're going to call you all up. We have, I think, 6 of 12 here tonight, but we're going to list everybody. Coach, you ready to go? You guys are 5 of 12. And then we got Zay. We'll talk about Zay separately. First up, I guess I'll talk about Zay now. Isaiah Binion, stand up real quick. Stand up, Zay. Zay was the utility guy for us this year. Came in, ran the clock, jumped into drills, beat up Cole a little bit, did whatever he had to do. Zay loves hoops. He loves the game. And truthfully, I've never been a part of something like this where a young man that came into the program, kind of in a manager role, started becoming a player coach. He started leading some of our film sessions. He was making suggestions in the locker room. It was really cool to see, and I want to continue to have that relationship with Zay moving forward, man. Let's give it up for Zay. Go stay up there, man. Thank you. All right, cool. All right, managers, you ready? I'm gonna run off the list here. We have Giselle. Come on up, Giselle, go. Charlotte, Dariana, Gianni, Giselle, Layla, Natalie, Melanie, Melissa, Olivia, Simona, Yahira, and Jemiah. Let's give them all a huge round of applause. I really don't think, I'm going to keep it very brief, but a lot of people don't understand, like our program doesn't run without our managers. They're at every practice. They're running the clock. They're setting things up for us. Game day, they're working the clock. They're filming. They're keeping stats. And obviously they all know they have a letter of recommendation come from me, but if that's something they want to do in college, that's something that they'll be able to do, which will obviously be wonderful. They're still on the fence, but I mean, it's something to consider. But this crew has been unbelievable. You know, I'm going to give a big shout out to Giselle. Raise your hand. She was our lead manager this year. Let's give her a round of applause. She interviews the managers. She builds the workload spreadsheet for when they show up and what days they work. Like, that's an incredible task, and she did it, obviously, effortlessly. So again, really appreciate you. Stay up there. We're going to start naming the players. We're going to get a big photo. Okay, let's name our varsity guys. I'm running out of time. Number 0, Isaac Summers. Number 1, Ethan Chen. Number 2, Krishna Dhaka. Number 4, Aaron Sai. Number 5, Ben Bysted. Number 10, Nolan Matthews. Number 11, Chase Kaplan. Number 12, Owen Zakaris. Number 15, Keen Ray. Number 21, Johnny Lampris. There's number 22, Adrian Christensen. Number 23, Matt Savoni. Number 24, AJ Regis. Number 30, JJ Barnes. Number 32, Cole Christian. And number 34, Tucker Atwood. Coaches, varsity staff, get up there. Managers, let's get a nice photo. Spread out, spread out, spread out.
Coaches, come on, let's go. Some of the coaches come over here. Don't worry, guys, take your time.
All right, give a round of applause. Coach, you ready? Okay, we're about to give out our awards, have our captain speeches, and watch Penn beat Illinois. But one more huge thank you it's got to happen. We got to give a big shout out to our Booster Club leadership, guys. Shh. Our Booster Club leadership, if you would all stand for me, please. John Matthews, where are you? Pete Regis, Spencer Coney, Rebecca Atwood, Nora Empress. Obviously, being here tonight is all because of them. The awards, the uniforms, the gear, everything. Truthfully, it's been effortless as a head coach. Everything we've asked for, it was never a question. We try to have a high-level program. We do some special things with our program between the film sessions that we have. We ordered a new TV. It wasn't even a question. We didn't film every day because we had a TV on a cart. It was there the next day. The gear packages, just everything. And it's a lot of work, and there's no money involved. It's completely voluntary. So really appreciate all of you. Thank you. Give them a round of applause. Okay. First up, we're going to talk about our Defensive Player of the Year. Truthfully, when it's all said and done, I think it's really cool that we have a guy who could score it at will. You know, a guy who filled out the accolades, all city, all area, all state. But he was also really our best defender. We could switch him 1 through 5. He was blocking shots. He was stealing. He was in passing lanes. So we all know who it is. We got to give it up, Matt Safoni. And I know all the coaches at Illinois State are going to be very excited to hear the name of Defensive Player of the Year. We know we can score it, but he really committed to that side of the ball this year, and it paid dividends for us. Next up, our most improved player. This award goes to a guy who, you know, going into the tryout season, when we got into early November, he was a guy who played freshman basketball last year. And going from playing freshman basketball to completely leapfrogging the sophomore team to playing varsity, to then earning minutes, to being a guy who's starting by the end of the year is an incredible feat. So we got to give it up to my man JJ Barnes. And you know, just for all the younger players in the program, we got a lot of younger brothers in the crowd. They're going to be playing Lantec basketball one day. You know, coachability is a skill. I had that talk with my daughter last night. Coachability is a skill. JJ Barnes was coachable the entire year. Everything was yes sir, no sir. Everything was whatever we need to do to win, and that's how you become the most improved player. So definitely something to consider. Okay. Moving on, we have our Coaches Award. This was a young man who had to find his voice. He was in a position of leadership naturally, being a point guard. I think early on, being a younger guy on a varsity team, it's hard to find your voice, but by really the Chicago League Classic, you know, he's in the locker room leading the huddles, saying things that you know, a sophomore probably shouldn't be saying, but he took ownership of it. He led in a big way, so our Coaches Award goes to John Landfaris. Johnny Lance. Next up, we have our Senior Award. We have such a great crew of seniors. It was hard to narrow it down. But when it comes down to it, if you're at senior night, there's really no other answer here. But it goes deeper. Obviously, he set a school record this year. He made 10 threes in one game. Like, let's give it up for that. I love the cat out of the bag. We all know what I'm talking about. But I just got to say this, like I'm acting like incognito. He came to me at the start of the year like, Coach, I'm a senior, sophomores playing. What do I got to do to find the rotation? What do I got to do to find minutes? And it was always just like whatever it took. He was trying to do in practice every day. He would go guard the point guards. He would dive before loose balls. He was boxing out. Never took a day off. And I thought it was a really cool full circle moment for senior night to be able to go out like that, set a school record. There was a moment when I think he hit his 8th or 9th three. He just kind of turned it half court, just kind of did one. Like it was an outer worldly experience for him, And I think we all were feeling it. And truthfully, I'll just say this: all the players. With the varsity program, we had individual meetings at the end of the season. We asked them all to fill out a questionnaire, and we talked about what were some of your season highlights. And I think of the 16 varsity guys, I think 13 of them had at least that being one of their season highlights. So it was an incredible, incredible night. Let's give it up for Aaron Sy. All right, so. That leads us to our Captain's Awards. I'll say a quick little spiel, but I want to make sure they have time. The clock's ticking, fellas, all right? Our two captains this year, we had Chase Kaplan and Matt Safoni. Give a round of applause. Let's say a few things about their group. First for Chase. Right, is that the order? Who's speaking first? Okay. So I'll just say, Chase has been a 4-year guy, and 4-year guys are hard to come by. He bought in, hook, line, and sinker when he came in his freshman year. He was a point guard right from the jump, always a natural leader. And being in the building, it's really cool to see these guys in the hallways, right? The way they carry themselves. Chase is somebody who people gravitate towards. He has a natural energy about him. He's electric, right? He is light in our building. He walks down the hallways, people know he's there. He walks into my class, he's got a smile on his face. He could have had a good game, bad game, whatever. The next day, he's just sunshine, man. I'm not trying to sound cheesy, but that's who he is. It's been wonderful coaching you. I know Coach Libero says the same thing from his experience with you sophomore year. Being a captain senior year, and sometimes, he was frustrated with playing time, and he never let that affect his leadership and his role on the team. And I just love you, brother. Proud of you, man. So let's give it up for Chase Kaplan. He's going to give his speech.
Hello everyone, and thank you for being here tonight. For those who don't know me, my name is Chase. I want to take a few moments to thank the people who made these years so special for me. So first off, Mom and Dad, thank you guys for always being my #1 supporters on and off the court. From those brutal 6 a.m. wake-ups for the 3-day shootouts down in Aurora, to now coming to every single game and always being the loudest parents in the gym. Don't worry, Blythe, I didn't forget about you. But seriously, you guys have done way more than just show up. You've always believed in me, even at the times I was frustrated, struggling, or not playing how I wanted to. You never let me quit, which is all I can ask for. So thank you guys, love you guys so much. I also wanted to give a shout out to the Booster Club. I know how much work goes on behind the scenes, and all of us players truly appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time and effort to do what you guys do. It doesn't go unnoticed. Now the seniors. All of you guys, Aaron, Adrian, Matt, Noah, and AJ, you're not just teammates to me, you're like brothers. We've been through everything together, early practices, tough losses, big wins, and yeah, some questionable things that I probably shouldn't say up here. But Nolan, don't worry, we don't forget the night before WGN came to Lane. But seriously, all of you guys have had a huge impact on me and my time at Lane. You showed me what it means to be a real teammate, and that's all anyone could ask for. You guys brought the energy, the leadership, and just a different kind of bond with this team. Whether we were joking around with the baseline or yelling ball shot at each other, you guys made this experience what it is for me. So I love you boys. Thank you. To the rest of the team, it's been great playing with each of you. I truly hope you continue to set the example for future players. I know we didn't have the outcome we wanted to, but we have made so many great boundaries this year. This program is only as good as each of us players, so keep putting in effort and working hard. Your effort, attitude, and commitment now will shape the future for this team, and trust me, you guys have a really bright future ahead of you. Now coaches, we got a lot of them. So Coach Mike, Coach Camille, JC, Malloy, Matty B, Coach Luzio, Coach Jackson, Coach Homegrown, Coach Chuck. Thank you for everything that you do that people don't always see, the time, the energy, the effort. It doesn't go unnoticed. You all played a part in this program, and that's why we're here today. I think what makes this program so special isn't just the basketball part, it's the people, and all of you coaches are a huge reason why this experience has meant so much to me, so thank you guys. And don't worry, I didn't forget you too. Coach Romero's, man, I mean, you seriously have one of the biggest impacts on me personally. I won't ever forget freshman and sophomore year, you had us running damn near marathons in practice. But you always believed in me and pushed me to be better. You always kept it real with me, and that's something I really appreciate. You've helped me build confidence to show me what it means to really work for something. This whole program knows that the 2024 JV team was the best team to ever come on a lane. So I appreciate you and everything you've done for me. Thanks, Coach.
Love you,
And now finally, Coach Lagabo, thank you for everything you've done for this program, for all of us. You built something here that's bigger than just basketball. You've created a culture of hard work, accountability, and toughness. You push us every single day, even on the days we didn't want to be pushed, and looking back, those are the days I'll miss the most. There's something you always said that really stuck with me throughout these 4 years. You always say basketball is bigger than just a game. It's about helping us grow into young men. I truly believe that's something that will stick with me forever, and I hope I make you proud. Basketball is bigger than just a game. It's about what you learn, what you gain, and what you become while playing it. So thank you, Coach, and thank you for everyone being here tonight.
Let's give it up for Chase, man. That's hard to do. That's hard to do, man. Great job. All right. Woo, getting teary-eyed here. Now we got to turn it over. Our last speaker of the night, another captain for us, another 4-year guy. Matt started for us last year on a regional championship team. Found his role, carved out his niche, averaged 10 total points a game as a junior. Came in senior year with obviously huge expectations. Had an unbelievable summer on the AAU circuit, and obviously started playing some summer ball. Division I offers started rolling in. And a lot of people understand, like, leading up to the start of our season, that was a very stressful time. You get college coaches flying in from all over the country to see you, having conversations, checking in on every nook and cranny about who you are. When that recruitment process starts, they're not just calling me, they're calling his teachers. There's some serious work that goes on. And he had a lot of things to weigh going into that process. And I know once he finally committed to Illinois State, things kind of chilled out, we got to hooping. And the biggest thing for him this year was like developing as a leader, right? And Illinois State was excited to see him in that role. And being a senior starting with a lot of sophomores this year, it was challenging at times for him as a leader. And he grew and he evolved and he owned it. And by the end of the season, he had the untimely injury. We had to finish the month of February with our leading scorer, leading rebounder, leading steals guy. It was pretty much a big adjustment, but he was our biggest cheerleader. He was our coach on the floor. He was in the locker room leading, and that's just a testament to the man he's become. So that being said, Matt Saponi, come on up, brother.
How's it going, everybody? I hope everyone's having a great time. First off, I'd like to thank the Booster Club for setting this all up. And all the behind-the-scenes work that they've done for us this season that sometimes people don't see. It's greatly appreciated. These past 4 years playing at Lane have been some of the most memorable and fun times I've had in my life. From sleeping at the Kaplan household while waiting for late JV practices, to having rap battles in the DC hotel room. I wouldn't trade these times for anything. I would first like to thank my parents for how much they've done for me throughout high school basketball and sports my whole life. I don't say it enough, but I truly appreciate how much time you've taken out of your own lives and helped me get to where I am. I really appreciate it. I would also like to thank all the coaches for the time they pour into us to make us better players as well as people. First, Coach Camille for leading our strength work and also having some fire music during our lifts. I'd also like to thank Coach Mike for giving me advice on what it takes to play at the next level and for always telling us about the story when he played with Jordan, which is very debatable on whether it's true or not. I'd also like to thank Coach Aloisio for coming in his first year and taking the role of getting our film together and bringing us enthusiasm which we needed. I'd also like to thank JC and Malloy for always bringing the vibes with the team and taking care of Legabo's stool for us. It's really appreciated. I'd also like to thank Coach Villanueva for his commitment to the program, now making the mark of 10 years. 10 years is really nice. Everyone's glad. I'd also like to thank, and the occasional half-court shots that we all see. I'd also like to thank Coach Jackson for always being there to give me advice and having conversations on the bench while I was hurt. I'd also like to thank Somerville for holding us accountable with free throws, as well as always ducking his work. I'd like to thank Coach Chuck for coming in this first year with us and pouring into us and being a voice that we truly needed. And then finally, I'd like to thank Coach Libreros and Coach Legabo. Coach Libreros for thoroughly convincing me to leave baseball in the past, which ended up being a nice decision. And also for coaching us to have the best sophomore team, which has already been stated in Lane Tech history. And then finally, Coach Legabo, for guiding me through the whole process of recruiting, which you stated, as well as being the leader I needed, not just in basketball, but also helping me become a better person, which is, I know, something that you preach. I feel like you impacted me that way. And I'd also like to apologize to your foot for all the stomping that I may have caused throughout my years playing here. And then one final message I want to end this off with. I want to say that although this season may have not planned out exactly what we wanted it to look like with wins and losses, I feel like through these different hardships, I personally came out of this season as a better player as well as a person, and I hope everyone else is the same. I also see that there's so much young talent in this room of players, and I believe that every piece is there, but it's truly up to you guys to get what you want out of this. I think that everything happens for a reason, and there were things that I had to overcome personally, whether it was with Lane basketball or with AAU over the summer. And I think it's just so important that rather than focusing on what may seem like a bad thing, an obstacle in the moment, you focus on what it can do for you in the future if you decide to fight through it rather than giving up or feeling sorry for yourself. I also want to put it out there, if any of you guys need advice or someone to talk about with basketball or anything else, I'm always open to talk, and I know all the other seniors are open as well. So I appreciate you guys.
All right, I know we got time pressure, but I mean, come on, like, two seniors giving speeches like that, this is what it's all about, right? For Matt to talk about just, yo, sophomores, talk to them, right? Juniors, talk to them, have those conversations. My foot's okay, by the way. And when he said taking care of my stool, he meant the stool I sat on during the bench. I heard some chuckling, wanted to clarify that, make sure we didn't. We're in public school, it's a family setting, so just want to clarify that. In closing, I think it's imperative just to state something. You know, these guys all joke about the quotes of the day and the trying to impart the bigger picture on them. You know, but Matt, unknowingly, whether he realized it or not, kind of, I think, perfectly tied the evening together. He just talked about how things didn't go his way all the time. You still got to figure it out. That's life. We all know that sometimes, like, we have these plans. Life doesn't care about your plans. We're very big. I'm very big on the Stoic philosophy on the obstacles away. When things go rough, when things don't go your way, that is the way. You have to find a way through, around, over, or under. And I think just hearing Matt kind of tie that together, Pavlovian response, maybe he had probably recited that quote about 100 times, but truthfully, that's what it's all about. To all the underclassmen here tonight, I'll leave you with this. You are not your grand plans. You are your daily patterns, right? So if we're going to be serious about doing some big things here and taking this program to another level, we got to be serious about the work. Enjoy spring break. I know a lot of you are getting flights in the morning when you're out here, but March 30th, we're back. We're going to be lifting 3 days a week, open gyms Friday mornings. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're lifting. AAU still going on, that's great. June 1st, we start back up on our summer programs. We're going to be playing almost 30 games this summer, 20 contact days. It's going to be very busy. And then July hits, we're back at AAU. August hits, we're back at school. And we rinse and repeat and keep trying to grow these young men. Thank you for a wonderful evening. Truly appreciate everything. Let's have some fun. Stay to watch the game. Thank you. That's a wrap.